And one thing that Argentina and America share is we are democratic. And I always say to the people of the United States, the most important position in a democracy is not the office of the president. The most important office is the office of citizen. Because if you have citizens who are informed and know about other countries, and recognize that if we provide foreign aid to some distant country in Africa, that ultimately may make us healthier. And if you have a citizenry that recognizes that even if I have to pay slightly more, in taxes, which nobody likes paying taxes, but if I do, maybe I can provide that young child who lives in a poorer neighborhood an opportunity for a better life. And then because she has a job and a better life, she can pay taxes. And then everybody has more, and the society is better off. If you don't have citizens like that, then you're going to get leaders who think very narrowly and you'll be disappointed. So the job, one thing I always tell young people, don't just think that you elect somebody and then you expect them to solve all your problems and then you just sit back and complain when it doesn't happen. You have to work as a citizen also to provide the leaders the space and the direction to do the right thing. It's just as important for you to challenge ignorance or discrimination or people who are always thinking in terms of war. It's just as important for you to do that as the president, because I don't care how good the person. The leader you elect is, if the people want something different. In a democracy, at least, that's what's going to happen. Now, the good news is I think all of you are up to the task, up to the job of being good citizens. And I look forward to the citizens of the United States and the citizens of Argentina continuing to create a better world together. Thank you very much, everybody. Barack Obama. Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative Address. Delivered November 20, 2016, Lima, Peru. President Obama, Hola Peru. So it is wonderful to be here in Peru. I want to thank everybody at Catholic University of Peru for hosting us. Audience member, I love you. President Obama, I love you, too. So, while I'm here, I'm hoping to enjoy some good food, some pollo a la brasa. Maybe a pisco sour. But I will not be attempting the marinara because I usually leave the dancing to my wife. Michelle. She's a better dancer than me. But I want to thank all of you for being here, our young leaders of America. Both live and online, representing every country in Latin America and the Caribbean. Now, this is my final stop on my final trip abroad as President of the United States. And I've had the usual meetings with world leaders, and we've done important business. But whenever I travel, one of the things that I've been trying to do for the last 8 years is to meet with young people. First of all, young people are more fun than old people. Second, because today more than half of the world's population is 30 or younger. And that means your generation will determine the course of our future as individual nations and as a global community. Now, the good news is, because I've had a chance to meet so many young people around the world. It makes me very optimistic to know that you are going to be in charge. And that's why I wanted my last public event abroad to be with you. I often say to young people in my own country, if you had to be born at any time in human history, it would be right now. If you think about all the progress that's been made, not just in your lifetimes. But even in the last few years, fewer people than ever around the world live in extreme poverty. Scientific breakthroughs are paving the way for cures to new diseases. More children are going to school, more girls in particular are going to school than ever before. People across the world are securing their human rights. And technology has reshaped the world, as you can tell, because everybody has their phones. At a time when Earth is now populated by more cell phones than people. You have the power to connect with each other across borders, across nations. You have the tools in your hand to solve problems that we couldn't even imagine when I was your age. Now, even as we make all these important strides in advancing the rights of more people, even as technology brings us closer together, this unprecedented change also brings challenges. We see it in the widening gap between the rich and the poor around the world. We see it in the forces of extremism and division that too often tear communities apart. So the question for all of us is, how can we make sure that in this rapidly changing world, nobody is left behind and that all of us are stronger and more prosperous? So over the last 8 years as president, I've worked to strengthen our relationship with the Americas. We're more than just neighbors, we're linked by trade and culture and family and values. Our students study in each other's countries. Our businesses sell goods across borders. Our tourists travel back and forth. And we've moved beyond many of the old arguments to create a new vision for the future, one that your generation, which is liberated from old ways of thinking, can lead. During my presidency, the United States recommitted itself to the region. In partnership with your countries, based on mutual interests and mutual respect. We increased trade. We stood up for democracy and human rights. Fought against corruption and organized crime. We promoted clean energy. I strongly believe that this work has to be done with governments. But it's even more important that it's done by people, because government is important, but it can't solve every problem. So we have to work together at a people-to-people level, teachers, and doctors. And students, and entrepreneurs, and religious leaders, all trying to find ways in which we can promote those values of dignity and humanity and respect that so often are threatened. And that's why we developed this Young Leaders Initiative. Our goal is to find the most innovative young entrepreneurs. The most energetic civil society leaders like you, and help empower you with the training. And tools and connections so you can make a difference in your communities and your countries. This network already has 20,000 people. This fall, we welcomed the first class of 250 YLAI Fellows to the United States. We want to help. So we want to help this generation with grants, seed funding, skills training. Today, I'm announcing the launch of the Latin American and Caribbean Civil Society Innovation Initiative Hub. Which is a way to virtually connect civil society organizations across the region so you can learn from each other, share your good work, support each other. We're investing $40 million in the talents and entrepreneurship of young. People across the Caribbean to help start your own businesses and ventures. We're opening what we call the Global Innovation Exchange so that you can showcase your new business or enterprise to people around the world. And that way you can connect and hopefully get resources that you otherwise didn't have. And we're moving ahead with more education partnerships, like the 100,000 strong in the Americas. By the end of the decade, we want 100,000 US students studying in the Americas. And 100,000 students from the Americas studying in the United States. So we're focused on the hemisphere, we're focused on the region. But it's more than just North America, South America. You're now part of a global network of young leaders from Africa, Southeast Asia, Europe. And the Americas who are doing amazing work in their own communities. And while my time as US President is coming to an end, this network is just beginning. It's never been more important. We need you to stay connected, work together, learn from each other. So we can build that next generation of leadership who can take on challenges like climate change and poverty. Can help grow our economies, make sure that women get opportunity. And I'm going to just give you some examples of the amazing people that are involved in this process. We need leaders like Dr. Valérie Maïs. As a young doctor in Haiti, Valérie saw firsthand how issues like acute malnutrition hunger affected the poorest children in his country. So he and a team of social workers and doctors started an organization called Diagnostic Group. Which focuses on improving health care for abandoned children at the largest pediatric hospital in Haiti. His goal is for the group to become the standard for pediatric care and to expand so that he can reach even more children across Haiti. So thank you, Valérie, for the great work that you are doing. We need leaders like Abigail Lonk of Guyana. Abigail, are you here? So after struggling to find her own grandfather home care, Abigail realized this is a problem for so many other families, so she started Community Health Care, a home care agency. She started out as a service to help families take care of their loved ones, but now has a social movement that also provides training and job opportunities for young women in the healthcare industry. So thank you, Abigail, for the great work you're doing.